There's a belief most of us pick up somewhere back in childhood that being intelligent means being able to say a lot, that the person who can do a presentation on the topic for an hour and fill the silence is the sharp one in the room. It's part of a cognitive distortion. We perceive naturally extroverted people as being smarter than introverted ones. We at RiseGuide think that's mostly backwards. We believe that the person who's intelligent and has a depth to them doesn't really need to say a lot because they've learnt to organise and articulate their thoughts clearly. Let me share how I see this. The people I found most credible in my own life, and I guess you have those examples too, tend to be the ones who say less than you expect. Like the colleague in the meeting who waited until everyone else had spoken and then said one thing that cut through. Or that person who says a few meaningful things in a networking meeting instead of just talking non-stop. They don't fill space, they seem almost unbothered by it. When someone speaks at length, and I mean the kind of length where you're still waiting for the point after 5 minutes, a lot of the time what you're actually watching is someone who hasn't finished thinking and is doing so in real time. They're working it out as they go. The speaking and the thinking are happening at the same time, which means the listener gets all of it. The reasoning, the backtracking, the caveats, everything that probably should have stayed internal. High verbal output can be the sign of knowledge that hasn't finished organising itself, and is precisely why people who talk a lot can be struggling. The solution to that is the technique we called chunking. Your brain stops holding individual pieces of information and starts holding structures, patterns, relationships, meaning. Experts do this in every field. A chess player doesn't track 32 individual pieces. They read the board in clusters. Someone who's had a difficult conversation 100 times doesn't think through every word. They possess the emotional intelligence and experience to recognize what kind of situation this is and act accordingly. Language is the same. When you've genuinely worked out what you want to say, you don't need many words to say it. When you haven't, you need more words to cover the ground your thinking hasn't covered yet. Filler words help speakers do that. I think, kind of, sort of, you know what I mean. Research has shown that these don't just make you sound unsure, they actually make people trust what you're saying less. The idea itself gets discounted because of the packaging around it. Here's how you can learn to say less. At RiseGuide, the communication training starts with what we call distillation. The idea that before you can structure a thought, you have to refine it. And the way we teach that is through 2 passes. The first pass is all about relevance. You go through everything you want to say and ask one question. Does this actually help make my point? Not. Is this interesting? Not. Did I spend time on this? Does it serve a point? If it doesn't, it goes. This is harder than it sounds because we're attached to the context, the background, all of the nuance we've built up. Most of it is friction for the listener, not clarity. The second pass is about necessity. Once you've cut what doesn't belong, you tighten what's left. Is this the simplest way to say it? Filler phrases like, what I'm trying to say is, or it's important to note that. These are signals that the sentence hasn't finished yet. A strong idea doesn't need that kind of scaffolding around it. What you're left with after these 2 passes are clean units, pieces of information that are high impact, concise and ready to be put into order for something like an important presentation. Then comes structure, and here the research is pretty consistent. Our brains have a hard limit on how much we can hold at once. The sweet spot is 3 things. 2 feels incomplete, 4 or more and nothing sticks. Steve Jobs built entire product launches around this. When he introduced the iPhone, he didn't list features. He framed it as 3 focused things only, repeated them slowly and let each one land before moving on. The RiseGuide app walks you through these as structured exercises. The 2-sweep method and the rule of 3, practiced on your own ideas with feedback until it stops being a conscious process and starts being automatic. And that's the goal. Not just knowing the framework, but not needing to think about it anymore. If that's something you want to work on, the link is below. Most of us spend our early school years being rewarded for saying more detail, more context, more words on an assignment page. But in adult life, we might learn the opposite is actually true. But the people who actually move rooms, they've figured out that saying less lands harder. That's a trainable skill. And now you know where to start.